Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today on A Vogel Talks Menopause I'm going to be talking about how to manage menopause pain at night. If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. So do you feel that any kind of perimenopause, menopausal pain is worse at night? Do you find it harder to fall asleep because of it? Do you find it really difficult to keep asleep because the pain keeps waking you up? So what I'm going to do today is look at the types of pain that you can experience and also what you can do to help yourself. So the most common pains that you can experience in the perimenopause and menopause are joint and muscle aches and pains. These are really common. It tends to be backache, very often the legs, the hips, and for those of you that maybe spend a lot of your time at a desk, very often it can be the shoulders and the neck too. It could be something called restless leg syndrome. This is a horrible one because you can be literally just falling asleep and all of a sudden it's like your legs have got a life of their own. They start maybe jumping and jerking, and again it can be really painful and it's impossible to fall asleep in that situation. It could also be headaches. Now these could be ones that you're getting regularly, or for those of you in the perimenopause you may find that you start to get headaches just before your period is due. And again, if you've got a thumping headache, getting off to sleep is just literally impossible. It can also be breast pain. And again, this is such a common symptom in the perimenopause, especially in the week or two before a period. Your breasts can get really heavy. They can get very bloated, that you can go up a breast size. They can become very hard. You may also find that your nipples become really tender. So again, especially if you're a front sleeper, it would be practically impossible to fall asleep with this kind of discomfort. And number 5, we're looking at either period pains for some women in the perimenopause. Period pains and cramping will get worse and maybe last a bit longer just as your period is due. For those of you actually in the menopause, you can still get period-like pains every month even without a period, and again these can be more accentuated, they can last for longer, and they can be more painful than the usual PMS period pains and cramps. So why does this happen? There can be a number of things. It could be just due to the fact that you're more aware of the pain. When we're busy during the day, when we're having to focus on things, if we're maybe moving about a lot, if we're working, then our pain perception decreases and we might not really notice what's going on. But when you're going to bed, when you're lying in bed trying to get off to sleep, that's all there is. You can feel practically everything that's going on in your body. So you may suddenly be aware that there's a lot of pain emanating from certain parts of the body. It could also be due to low estrogen, and we know that estrogen itself is it's an anti-pain one, so it's a natural painkiller, if you like. So when your estrogen starts to drop, you feel the pain more, and again it could be something that you experience regularly. If you are approaching the perimenopause and menopause and you're already suffering from joint aches and pains, then because your estrogen drops, although there's no deterioration to your condition, you are more aware of the pain because of the low estrogen. It could also be your sleep position. If you're one of those people that tends to go to sleep and basically doesn't move, because of the hormonal changes, your muscles and your joints can just stiffen up, and that can be part of the pain. So again, that one, maybe you're falling off to sleep okay, but you end up waking up in the middle of the night and you find that you're very stiff and uncomfortable. And it can be dehydration. Dehydration will make all aches and pains much worse. So this is a really important one, just to make sure that you don't go to bed in a dehydrated state. Dehydration as well will accentuate anxiety, and anxiety again is part of the whole problem with falling off to sleep. So here again, it can be a number of different things all contributing to the state that you're in. So what can you do to help yourself? Magnesium is great because apart from anything, it helps with lots of different pain. So it can help with the joint and muscle aches and pains. It can help with the headaches, and it can ease those menstrual cramps as well. It can help to relax you generally, and it can help to encourage sleep. So this is a lovely one. Take maybe 200 to 300 milligrams with your evening meal. If you're getting other symptoms during the day, then you could take another, you could basically take 200 milligrams twice a day, just to make sure that you're getting enough magnesium. For those of you who tend to ask, I talk about magnesium, and a lot of you ask what form of magnesium should you be taking. I usually recommend either a magnesium citrate or a magnesium glycinate. These tend to be better absorbed, but you can also go for liquid magnesiums, and this will give you a lovely little boost, as well as helping with fatigue and relaxing you generally. Remember the water. Try a small shot glass of warm water just before you jump into bed. That can help to ease the dehydration, but it's not going to be enough to irritate your bladder and wake you up because you need to go to the toilet a bit more. Relax before you go to bed, so it could be something like a warm bath, can really help. If you've got somebody willing to give you a short massage before you go to bed, again, especially for achy muscles, it can be a real treat and a real boon for helping with sleep. Remember to do the deep breathing, because deep breathing, maybe just 5 minutes before you get into bed, or when you're lying in bed, will help to relax you. And for those of you that are able to, a short yoga session, especially if it's muscular and joint aches and pains, because the stretching can just ease everything out. You can get loads of fabulous evening 10-minute yoga sessions on YouTube, so definitely worth doing later on in the evening. Watch your sleeping position as well, especially for joint aches and pains. They do say that lying on your side seems to ease the pain somewhat. You can also look at these, what they call body pillows. So you're lying on your side and it's like a long pillow, or sometimes it's a kind of V-shaped pillow, and you can put those in between your legs, and that supports the hips and the knees, especially if you're getting hip pain, and that can help you to sleep better as well. You need a good mattress too, and a good pillow to help to support you. So if your mattress is more than about 8 years old, it may be an idea just to look into getting a new one to help to support you all that much more. You can look at herbs such as valerian and hops, because these are known to help you to get off to sleep quicker, and these herbs can help you to stay asleep that little bit longer too. And you can take these maybe half an hour before you go to bed. If you're getting breast tenderness, if you're getting the cramps, if you're in the perimenopause and your periods are still reasonably regular, you can try the herb Agnus castus. And for those joint aches and pains in general, you can look at the herb devil's claw, or go with a fish oil or a flaxseed oil supplement as well. So I hope you found this one helpful. It's quite a big issue. So many of you get in touch with me regarding this particular problem. If any of you out there have found something that's really worked well for you, then please do share it with us. I always appreciate comments and tips and advice from you. It helps me in my job as well. So until then, I will see you next week for another edition of A. Vogel Talks Menopause.